What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Instagram? What's going on, everybody? How's it going? All right, we're gonna get started in just 2 minutes. This thing is starting to set up for me. All right, are we good to go? We're good to go. Beautiful. All right. We got it. 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 All right, let's go ahead and get started, fam. All right, let's talk markets right off the bat. Let's talk markets. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's talk about the markets right away. Oh man, we got the spammers already. Here's what I want. Here's what I want to do. I want to go over what's happening in the markets this week. I definitely want to go over what's happening with crypto because I'm getting a lot of questions, concerns, everybody being scared. What's happening with the markets? I'm going to tell you all of that right now. All right. We're going to go over exactly. You guys been hearing what's been happening with Germany. All right. What's been happening with Germany? What happened with is Mount Gox? I told you July was going to be a crazy month, but it's also a month for you to take advantage of the opportunity to buy, fam. I'm going to tell you something right now. 4th of July weekend, everybody was excited, partying, whatever. I was buying the fucking dip. I was buying that dip like it was my job. Okay. I'm talking about everything. I loaded up on everything. I bought more Bitcoin. I bought more Solana. I bought more Ethereum. I bought more Pepe. I bought more Purple Pepe. I bought more actual Pepe. Okay. I bought Bank. I bought everything. I was going through a whole list. I damn went near broke. All right. Liquid broke. Just buying. Right. And it's, to be honest, it's all up in profit right now. I mean, look at the crypto bubbles. It's just the last hour, right? The last day, right? We got Bunk up 5.5%, right? Everything is up. Okay. I mean, not everything, but we're making that good pushback. I bought some more Shiba and those. Definitely unloaded a large wallet on both of those. Okay. But overall, fam, this is where we stand for the year. And this is what I really want you to really focus on. It's the returns for the year. Right? Bonk is up 7,454% for the year, right? Near Protocol. I told you guys to buy Near Protocol like 2 years ago. Hedera, Hashgraph, HBAR, right? Pepe, Flocky, BNB, Rune, BTT up, all of this stuff up. All right. So we're good for the year. I mean, if you actually bought, we're good for the year. But I'm gonna give you guys a sleeper right now that hasn't really performed the way that I wanted to perform this year, and it's this one right here, and it's Quant. Right? Quant hasn't performed to what I expected it for the year, but Quant is going to be a massive asset. I think Quant is going to be a good. I called this coin out back when it top. All right, it's down below $1 billion market cap, which is big. Okay, but no worries there. All right. Now let's talk charts. Let's talk first of all before I get any further. Let's talk US 30. All right. US 30. I mean, this thing cannot play out more beautifully. I have not been in the red in 30 since God knows how long. Right. Oh, actually, because this one took profit too. It's been a while. Right. But I haven't traded 30, I want to say about in about a week, maybe two. I've been really into Bitcoin. I've been trading the heck out of Bitcoin, as we should. I mean, I showed you guys the movement for Bitcoin, right? And it's been the same trade, the same alert, but I've just been playing it over and over and over again. Right? I've been playing the same thing over and over again. And what I mean by that is, let me bring this back down to the 4 hour, right? We got into a buy right here, TP1, TP2, TP3, took it all the way up to TP1, came back down, came over here. What do you think I did here? Right? This was when we did class last week, took it again, shot up to TP1. As I started to reject, I closed the trade before I even hit TP1, right? Came back down, hit this zone again. I jumped in again, and I'm holding a third position, a third re-entry on this same trade. So this trade is running beautifully, doing numbers, doing great. Right? So now what happens here? Look at market structure, right? Boom. boom, boom, and boom, right? Double bottom. The trend is kind of dying down. The downtrend was kind of pushing for a little bit, but even furthermore, fam, here's the crazy part, right? And this is the part that I love about what I do. There's the part that I love about what I do, right? I don't have a crystal ball, but I promise you, I'm good at what I do. I'm good at this, fam. I am good at this. This is what I do, and I've been right about this since it started. Right when we got on this call, and I jumped on the daily right here. Right, let me bring this down. And I said, listen, we have price back over here. Price started coming down to like the 60s, and it was rebouncing back and forth, 60, 63, 60, 62, back and forth. I said at one point, this is gonna break. It's gonna break, right? And it's gonna break and it's gonna come down. We're gonna get a retracement, but it's gonna break to 58,000, being that first zone right here, because it's this huge exhaustion. And guess what? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I was damn right on this one, because here we go, right there. And this is the beautiful thing I want you to understand about how I trade. This is what I call the apex strategy, right? This is what I call the apex strategy. Look at the price history back in April of 2024. Price came down, right? It gave you a nice rejection, right? Huge, beautiful rejection. Came back up, gave you a retracement, 50% of this entire move, and then took off. Simple market structure. No, you ain't gotta be a genius to do this. This is simple. I'm telling you. Price came back down, gave you a double bottom, gave you an M. Simple structure, right? Easy. No genius moves here, right? Am I over? Are you following with me? I'm not making this really hard. It's just simple. I'm not overcomplicating this entire thing, right? Swing low to swing high, retracement at 50% based on a Fibonacci retracement. Then momentum is accumulated, pushes volume straight above the previous zone, and continues going up all the way to 71,000. Then what happens from 71,000? We get an exhaustion. Railroads, we come back down to the previous key level, which if you look at it, it's right over here, right? And price goes from 71 back down to 67. Okay, cool. Exhaustion 1, exhaustion 2, exhaustion 3, exhaustion 4, exhaustion 5. Doji candle, buy this back to 71,000. Easy buy. Exhaustion, exhaustion, bearish engulfing. Take the sell. Guess where you're gonna go to? TP1 right here. But now it starts to form this double top, this M formation. So now you know this is the possibility of the market breaking this zone. But before it breaks it, it's going to give you some kind of resistance, some kind of movement right here, which it did. Price came down, shot back up, pushed up, retraced, and then it had the momentum to shoot down. This movement right here, this is a textbook market maker movement. What happens? People come in here and they say, okay, price is going to rebound from here and shoot up. They start taking buys and they put the stop loss somewhere in here. Price comes down. People panic. They close the trade. The stop loss get hit. Now there's a lot of momentum here, and then price starts to shoot up. But retail traders, the way retail traders trade, and the uneducated traders will jump in here and say, okay, it's going to come down. Let's sell it. But then they close their buy. They jump into a sell. And of course, price starts to shoot all the way up. And then now their stop loss went from being down here to being up here. Price comes up, takes all their stop loss, takes all their money. Now it has all that money. And then guess what? Boom, liquidation. Get it? By this time, this person blew their account, that person blew their account, this person blew their account. There's no money left to trade. And now that you were correct in the first place, the market gives you the nice big middle finger, and it continues on a simple structure. Breakdown, retest, continuation. Breakdown, retest, continuation. It does the same thing over and over and over again. Right? So when I told you price is going to break 60, come down to 58, right? And it's going to come to 58 and give you some nice movement there, because I saw this right here in the previous. Well, I shit you not, fam. Here we go. Price breaks, hits that bottom zone, retest right back to 60. I'm sorry, to 58. And then here we go back down. And I told you price is going to come down to the low 50s, 53, 52. I had this big zone, right? Because I was anywhere between 52 and 53. It came down to 53.5. 53.5. And then ever since then, I've just been slapping that trade over and over and over. The first one I entered it a little bit late, about 56.5. But this one, 55.2. Now that's a good trade. And it's been running beautifully. And I don't have to reanalyze anything. I'm using the same take profit 1, 2, and 3. So when you get to a level of trading, this is what I really want for everybody, for all the students. What I really want is for you to understand how to be able to take one trade and make multiple ROI from just one move. You don't have to sit there and reanalyze the entire market. That's what I do with US 30, right? I do that with US 30. Now, US 30 right now is in a move where it's actually broken out of its zone. It's coming down. What do we got for today, right? 10 o'clock, we got Jerome Powell speaking. There's a lot of fear in the market right now with the way Jerome Powell is going to deliver this news. And the thing is that, remember, we are about to enter that quiet zone, right? That Federal Reserve timeout area. I think it's from the 19th until the end of July, where the Federal Reserve can't publicly speak about the economy. So people are going to be like, okay, what's going to happen during those 2 weeks? It's going to be wild. So we're just waiting. All right, we're waiting. But there's a lot of fear in the markets for Jerome Powell. Your Tesla stock tries to 10 straight days again. Is gone. Yeah, Tesla stock. If you guys haven't bought Tesla stock by now, I don't know what to tell you. There's another one. Boeing has pleaded guilty to but you guys know Boeing right now is on the burner. They can't even get the spacecraft in order. They had those astronauts stuck up there for God knows how long. They couldn't come back home because there was a problem with the Boeing shuttle to get them back down here. Yeah, problem. So global stocks mostly rise with Japan's 2025 index logging record close. Oh, okay, Japan moving up. Yeah, so at the moment we're just waiting for Jerome Powell, right? And we have some pretty good numbers this week coming up, reports. But here's a big one that impacts the market. If I could tell you something right now, fam, is write this down, take notes. This report comes up for some reason as yellow, but this has a huge impact on the economy. It's me personally. I believe I can determine a lot of where our future is going financially by looking at this one statement. This is consumer credit. Consumer credit. And this does not include the total. This is not the total consumer credit, right? Because the total consumer credit has surpassed over $1 trillion, $1.1 trillion in consumer debt, right? That includes credit cards. That includes, any debt, all kinds of debt, right? Consumer. This month alone, the last month we put in $6.5 billion in consumer debt. They were forecasting 9.7 billion, but they got blown out of the water with a staggering $11.4 billion added in a month in consumer credit. So, to me personally, that tells me a lot. I can look at the history chart on this and tell you where consumer credit is kind of going, right? If you look at June 2020, consumer spending was down to negative 68. And ever since pretty much August, we've been uptrending, which is when they were giving everybody money. It came to a point where consumer spending in the month was 48.7 billion. You guys hear that? I'm going to say that again. May 2022, consumer spending hit a record high of 48.7 billion. That's with a B. Right here. I'm sorry, I'm reading that wrong. $52.4 billion. And they were expecting only 25. That's big. That's a big big gap. And ever since then, it's been going nuts. Okay. So that to me tells me that the pretty much the desperation of the consumer, right? It's no secret that everything is expensive, right? Groceries have gotten expensive. I mean, I remember a time when I was young where eating at McDonald's was where you went when you had no money. Now you need to, sell a kidney or take out a loan on your house just to feed your family at McDonald's or whatever. It's going crazy, right? Prices are ridiculous for everything, groceries, homes. So I can start seeing that people are putting this off. Oh, put in a credit card, put it here, we'll pay it later. Get loans, this loan, that loan. And one of the biggest reports that I've seen, I gotta share with you guys, is a report of people's actual credit tanking, right? So people are transitioning from like, I gotta build my credit to I don't care about my credit right now. I need to figure out a way to survive, take out loans, use this credit to take out money, and then I'll pay when I can. People's credits are tankings by 100 points on average, and that's huge. That's huge. And it all comes down to this, right? So I believe that's a big number to take a look at. Today, Jerome Powell, 10 a.m., which is in 5 minutes, will speak. And then after that, Treasury, Yellen. Yellen is also another one that moves the market. And then at 1:30, we have Bowman speaks. And then tonight, we have the cash rate for NZD. All right, so that's today. Tomorrow, we have another Jerome Powell movement. And what I really want you guys to pay attention to, and there's going to be a big economy shifter, is pay attention to what's happening in France right now. You got not talking about the Paris Olympics, right? Does anybody know what's happening in France right now? It happened a few days. I think it was yesterday, the day before. What's happening in Paris, in France overall? With their election, and pretty much is a lot going on. The president is losing pretty much control of everything. And it's getting to a point where it's going to put the government into a lockdown for an entire year because they cannot reassess this movement for another year. So it needs to cool down for a whole year, right? That's a big problem. Because it's gonna be it's like putting a bunch of people in a room that don't agree with each other, and you need majority to get something approved, but you can't get that majority because they're so equally split. So that's the problem. So that's something big that's happening. We have 10-year bond auctions tomorrow, which will determine interest rates for homes. And more of FOMC speaking and yada yada. And then we have Thursday, GDP for GBP. And then we have CPI data. They're expecting inflation to come down to 3.1% on a year over year. And they're actually expecting the month over month CPI to climb. So I don't really see this happening, to be honest. Unemployment claims have been slowly climbing. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but we reached over 230,000 in unemployment claims. And we have 30-year bonds on Thursday. And then on Friday, we have core PPI and PPI. All right, so we got a pretty busy week. Back to the markets. Now let's talk crypto. Look at that, US 30 meltdown. All right, now we're back in this zone, back in this hot zone right here. But this is mostly driven by fundamentals. So I want to wait a little bit, okay, and see if the fundamentals cool down. And then we'll go from there, see if I take some buy options on this. But it's looking pretty good, even on the 1 day. Oh man, 1 day's looking crazy, to be honest. So many wicks, a lot of indecision here. This can possibly come down to here. Again, it's all gonna be based on what Jerome Powell says. So I'm gonna stay off the markets for 30. I'm gonna stick to the Bitcoin trade I called, which is doing great. And I believe I put out a trade for you guys on USD Chef, which is running beautifully, right? USD Chef coming down to 8860. Here's the trade setup. I see it coming down to that area, continuing this channel. All right. Listen, I'm throwing out some Forex trades at you guys. I want you guys to take them. All right. I know some of you guys, want to trade small pairs. So here's a small pair for you. Going for a total of 120 pips. 1-to-1 ratio on this one. Gonna adjust your stop loss, but it's a 1-to-1 ratio. I will technically take this down to this area right here, maybe lower, but I'm being modest on this one. All right. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I would have liked it better if this one was lower than this one, but it's actually not. So I don't want to take a chance at this movement right here. I want to see a low like this one. See how this one it's a low like this, previous high to new previous low to new low, and then continues on downwards. This one is a previous low to a new higher low, which could indicate a continuation in the upside. So that's why I didn't really go that deep on that one. All right, now let me take a look at let's talk crypto. Let's get to the crypto. You guys have been waiting for this one. Let's talk about what's been happening in the crypto market. All right. Number one, Mt. Gox. I'm gonna start putting some articles up if you guys can see them. All right, I'm gonna show you how I do just crypto research based on what I already know. Mt. Gox, Bitcoin. Here is what I want to look at right here. All right, so Bitcoin drops in new and fears of sales from Mt. Gox distribution. Bitcoin slaps 12% over past week as Mt. Gox repayment flood markets. Crypto crash resumes. Bitcoin stumbles as Mt. Gox and German government. There's the big one. We'll talk about the German government later. Bitcoin slumps continues amid government selling pressure. All right. Bitcoin Cash Mt. Gox led sell-off and amplified by poor liquidity. Okay. German government transferred another $900 million in Bitcoin, adding to BTC. Okay, let's talk about this one now. So Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox, let me give you guys a little previous move on Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox was a giant crypto exchange, kind of like Binance. But Mt. Gox came out early, back in the 2011, 2012. Now, back in 2014, Mt. Gox got hacked, and pretty much all of its crypto, all of its Bitcoin was hacked and stolen, gone. Okay, they hacked it all, and they were able to retrieve all of that, be able to get it back, and then they're supposed to be. This was mentioned last year, but they were supposed to start redistribution of that Bitcoin into the market, right? But the question was the Bitcoin going to be liquidated or was the Bitcoin going to be held? And think about it. These are some people, think about like Mt. Gox in 2014. Think about the volume of Bitcoin investors back in 2014. It wasn't a lot, okay? There was not a lot of crypto investors in 2014. And maybe those that had Bitcoin and got hacked got turned off by the fact that Bitcoin could be hacked and said, forget it, I'm not doing it. And they delete their wallet, delete everything, forget the passwords, and then that those Bitcoin go back to that wallet where it came from, and then it becomes inaccessible. So it's the fear in general is Bitcoin being redistributed into wallets that have no access, no custody, no custodian, and they just become lost. So they kind of disappear from the actual market, which means that Bitcoin now becomes ineligible for you and I to acquire, for you and I to buy it. Make sense? Cool. So that's what the big problem in Mt. Gox is. All right. Now let's talk about German. The German government is also making waves by hastily selling off hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin for fiat currency. Germany is going through a liquidation. They're liquidating the Bitcoin wallet drastically for fiat. Now, in order to alleviate this giant mess that Germany is causing, the CEO of Tron, right? This one right here, TRX, right? The CEO of Tron has actually offered to buy everything that Germany has. Everything, right? Which is kind of why you see this little climb up here from 12.5 to 12.9, right? And so on and so forth. There's a positive movement in Tron happening because the CEO really wants to save the crypto market and stop this whole sell-off. But Berlin has been sending its cryptocurrency reserves to exchanges like Coinbase, Bitstamp, and Kraken since June. As the European government offloads and liquidates assets it has seized from various criminal groups. So if you guys pay attention to what's been happening, this actually started kicking off back in 2020, right? Right when COVID started. There was a lot of government agencies, Interpol, also just federal agencies from those countries going after people that were taking advantage of the financial system, especially in crypto. As we were going through a crazy time with COVID and lockdowns and financial crisis, and they were coming after these hackers, people that will steal your money, scammers, and they were going. They got a lot. They caught a lot. They caught the Robinhood guy who would steal Bitcoin from big wallets and then redistribute it to those little small wallets. He didn't keep a dime. He gave it all away. I think he stole like 30 billion and gave 30 billion. He didn't keep a damn dime. And he got caught about a year and a half after that. Funny enough, in Germany. Um, and then that lady with that, what's her name? She opened that exchange, that huge scam, took off, right? But then on top of that, and here's the crazy part. Um, do your research, man, because this is true. On top of that, those people that were not just running exchange, but running scams, right? Remember 2021, we got the huge wave of NFTs and the huge wave of crypto exchange, crypto meme coins, right? There was a lot of projects that were opened up, rugged, shitted on, what was it? Kim Kardashian was part of one. Logan Paul did one too, where the crypto gained a lot of momentum, and then they would just get rugged, right? It was just a huge scam, and they would rug all of that money. Um, and it was very popular in 2021. I mean, we're seeing it today too. We're seeing it at a huge scale, seeing it happening with Solana and all that stuff. There's never going to be a shortage of scammers in the market. Remember that. Okay. Greed runs everything. So this lady did one, and she actually was arrested for, I think it was like $30 million. But furthermore, other small projects, and as a matter of fact, the SaveMoon CEO was arrested for this, and a lot of other ones, because these were projects that kind of put a lot of, and you know what, fam? I don't know how to think of this, because SafeMoon, when it started, it had a really good project, a good idea, and their whole team was docs, and you could see everybody, and yada yada yada. But I feel like at one point in transition, especially when they went to version 2, they transitioned into, okay, we don't want to run this project anymore. Let's just rug the whole thing and scam everybody, which sucked, right? So that was a big thing. But a lot of those projects that had small CEOs, small founders, small teams, a lot of those teams were found dead. Did you know that, right? They were found killed. They killed those people. Who killed them? Who knows? They're still unsolved. But remember when we were going through this wave of Bitcoin millionaire found dead in his trunk, or Bitcoin millionaire found dead in his boat, right? They were just dying left and right. I believe at the time it was about 30 of them. Somebody was offing these, they were kind of they were coming after everybody. All right. So it was wild. It was wild to see that. And now what happens with Germany is that Germany took all that Bitcoin, had it, and now they're liquidating it to kind of help their economy. Now, remember, Europe's still going through that kind of energy crisis that they've been going on for like what, 2, 3 years now. And now they're looking to liquidate all that Bitcoin, right? And they're giving it to exchanges like Coinbase, Bitstamp, and Kraken, and then people can rebuy. But huge liquidations like that cause market stumbles. So this movement that we're seeing here is not really people are fearful, panic selling. No, this is government cost. And you can account maybe small percentage of people that see that are new will want to sell off before because they see it. They see it in one direction, right? They see, oh, market is down. I'm gonna sell it because what if it goes to zero? They don't know the history. They don't know what they're talking about. All right, so little wishy-washy there on that one. But that's what's kind of happening with the crypto market. And to be honest, it's not really stumbling anything. It's not affecting the markets. Like we still have a strong market cap. But these markets took a hit. I mean, Bitcoin went down to 54,000, Ethereum was at 28. But fam, take this opportunity. I mean, Bitcoin BNB is down 10% in the last 7 days. Ethereum is down 10%. Doge is down 13%. Cardano's down 10, right? Shiba is down 5. These are huge percentages we need to see. So we can look, Brett is down 24%. Oh my God, guys, load up on Brett. Dog with Hat, 23%. Right? All of these great coins. Gala's another one that I like. Flocky, down 21. You should be buying these. Pepe, 19. These are sales. Buy them. Take the time today, right? Before you go out and do whatever you got to do it today. Where can you buy BNB? Crypto.com. Crypto.com. Hooked protocol. There's so much. Look, the fear market is dropping below 40, so we're back into the fear era. 37, fear and greed index. But just buy these assets. These assets are look, they're so great. Theta Networks, NEO. What else we got here? Hedera H bar, love H bar, right? Dogecoin, right? And this is just not this is not accounting for the huge drop we just had, right? This is just buy them. Quant, look, there's Quant, $71 a coin. Jupiter, I think Jupiter's gonna be great too. Jupiter's like the pancake swap of 2024. Ethereum, BNB, Internet Computer, Chainlink, Uniswap, AVX, Avalanche. I like AVX. There's huge potentials right there. And there's huge potentials, and all of this is just it's a fire sale. Let the markets do what they want to do. For me, I'm gonna keep on rocking with this crypto. Anybody have any questions for me? Flocky, GME, Solana. Okay. BME, yeah, I racked all of it. That's right. Jerome Powell says data does not support the greater confidence and inflation path that the Federal Reserve needs to cut rates. And they will. And we know that already. We know they're going to cut rates. The question is when, right? Because right now, the market and the market already optioned this into the price already. The market is expecting a rate cut in September. If the market does not get a rate cut in September, we're going to see one of the biggest drops in the market since 2020 because they're expecting this. Remember, fam, we went from Jerome Powell last year saying we're going to see 6 rate cuts this year, 6, to now barely getting even 1. And the market priced all this in last year, which is why the market stays so steady on the way up, hitting 40,000 points. But now we're getting to a point where the paradigm is shifting, and now we're going from 6 to not maybe even 1, maybe 1. It's a lot. So gotta wait and see. Do you see Bitcoin staying up between 55 and 57? And once Mt. Gox actually starts selling, dump more around 52? See, that's the thing. I don't think Mt. Gox is gonna dump and sell. That's the thing. Technically, they're not supposed to, you know. But if they get if most of that coin does not go back to an actual wallet, then they can liquidate the coin. Of course, they could do that. But it will stay. I think reversal in terms of like us pushing up to numbers we were at. I still think we're gonna take some time. I personally still think we're gonna be below 60 for a little bit, maybe hang around this area. This right here, I'm gonna call it right now, is going to be my new hot zone. Okay. No, sorry. This right here, this area is going to be my new hot zone. So I think I'm gonna apex this zone for some time, right? Maybe until September, maybe until the end of the year. Close, who knows, right? We just gotta wait for this Mt. Gox thing to die. But I think crypto's gonna hang below 50, between 60,000 and 53, and do that thing, and then accumulate volume, and then skyrocket to the moon. Okay. towards September, towards the end of September. Remember, September is a heavy, heavy month for crypto. September, October, November, December. Those are Bitcoin's prime 4 months. It's like LeBron James in the fourth quarter, fam. Okay. If you don't watch basketball, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, personally, I don't even watch a lot of basketball, and I know what that means. Nvidia pushing up, beautiful. Tesla pushing up, expected. Breaking highs. Oh, that's gonna be good for Tesla. I love it. 10-year bonds. I want to see what they're gonna do with that tomorrow. That's gonna be good. Mortgage rates, and that's the other thing, fam. And I'm gonna end it here. Anybody here live in California? We live in California. I know some of you guys in California. So, and we're seeing that here in Florida too. California is going through a shit show when it comes to their housing insurance. There's a huge shift in the markets here in Florida, housing market especially. As insurance companies are dropping homeowners policy, they're dropping them. Hey, we can't cover you no more. We don't want to cover you. Too much risk, not enough income for us. Um, so they're dropping homeowners, and most pretty much every policy, every loan you get, um, is going to be you need to have insurance for your home, and a lot of these homeowners are being forced to sell their homes as they cannot find coverage for their homes, and they're actually moving out of state. They're going to places like Tennessee, Kansas, Texas, somewhere out there, right? So we're seeing a huge inflow of homes in the market, entering the market, but not a huge price shift in price. But we haven't hit that price shift yet. When you have because we haven't hit what's called a plateau, right? We haven't hit a plateau inventory of homes. When we hit that plateau inventory of homes, then you're gonna see a price start to shift. Right now, California, especially, right? Um, a lot of homeowners are losing insurance, especially those that are insured by State Farm, right? A lot of homeowners are pulling away from insuring homes in State Farm to the point where they can't come to an agreement with the governor and to what prices should be raised to. So State Farm has threatened, and I'm pretty sure they will, to leave the state of California. That'll do two things. One, it will diminish the financial market in California drastically because that's a huge company leaving the state, right? And number two, it will also impact car drivers, those that are insured with State Farm in the state of California, also leaving. So I think that's going to cause a big, big problem over there. Now, why are these companies all of a sudden they're stopping to, cover homes? It's risk, fam. And overall, I mean, I haven't done enough study to tell you. um, but from what I'm been researching is it has to do with, climate, weather, change, right? Did you guys know that this year, I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently this year they added a new category to a hurricane scale. Now there's a category 6. They had to add a category 6 because the water in the Pacific, in the Atlantic, I'm sorry, and in the Gulf has gotten so warm that they believe that it can make stronger hurricanes. I mean, look at this hurricane that just passed by Texas. What's it called? Betsy, whatever. What's his name? I have it here. Um, Barrel, right? This one right here is already up to Memphis, right? But this thing started all the way back here and hit all of these islands, right? It hit DR, Jamaica, hit them straight on, and it's the fastest ever in the history. It is the fastest hurricane ever to reach a category 5 ever. The fastest. Like I think I did it in like a day, something like that. It's crazy to reach it that fast. So they had to add this new scale. So now if I'm a company, right? Yeah, I seen that, fam. I hope you guys did well. I've been seeing people put that they have no power. That's seen flooding in Houston. And what was the category you guys got hit with? What was the category for that hurricane that it impacted Houston? Category, imagine that, category 1. It's nuts, fam. Um, but yeah, so we're seeing a lot of changes. So think about it, as an insurance company, you don't want to run the risk of like, okay, I'm insuring Houston, right? And there's a hurricane coming, and they're saying there's going to be like 20 hurricanes in category 6. We're either going to increase premiums or drop people. But if we increase premiums so much that it makes sense for us to invest into that home, then people are not gonna, it's not gonna make sense. So you might as well just drop them now. And that's what's happening. And it's happening. I mean, we're seeing it happen in the Midwest states that do with the tornadoes. We're seeing it happen in coastal states like Florida, where we're gonna get hit with hurricanes like there's no tomorrow. And then California. California's just getting out of control. Right. So wildfires is nuts there, right? So they had to add a category 6 to this, and then just seeing what's been going on, right? All of these storms being created. I mean, I watched it, see if anything. Usually they build around this area and they swing around this way, and they either go that way or they go into the Gulf or whatever, right? Depending on where windstorms take them. But they're saying it's due to climate, so we'll see what happens, fam. Any questions so far? Any questions? Now we're good. All right, perfect. All right, Sam. So just remember, just keep investing, buy the dips, keep doing what you do, fam. Keep doing what you do. Don't quit. I don't want to see you guys quit, man. I'm telling you, quitting is not. It's not for. It's not for me. You got to push it, fam. You know something crazy. And I'm gonna end it with this. I don't know if you guys seen, but on my post on Instagram, in case you guys don't know, I've been running a rental car company for the last 3 years now, or so, almost 3 years. And man, it's been crazy. It's been a crazy movement. It's just the ups and downs, this, the that. It's a lot of work. Um, and I gotta be honest with you, I came to a point where I thought I had to close the company. I thought I had to close it. The profits were not just we're not we weren't seeing that amount, but we kept pushing, we kept doing it, and then now, fam, now we opened in Miami. And I have one more announcement to make on my post. I haven't even finished that announcement yet, but we just opened up in Miami. We're looking at over 60 cars. We got all kinds of vehicles, fam. I'm telling you, we just pulled up Ferraris, Rolls Royce, Lamborghinis, Porsche, Range Rovers, all in a matter of 3 years. And it's something we've been working on for a long time now. And it's good to see that dream take become a tree. You know what I mean? That seed that was planted 3 years ago start growing now. So there's no reason why you guys can't do that. I started this. Yeah, I had some money, right? Crypto was tanking and all that stuff, but we made it happen. You know what I mean? I wanted to do something that was just, remember, I'm overall me. People know me as a crypto guy, but overall, I'm an investor, fam. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not like these mentors to be like, oh, I'm just going to trade. All I know to do is trade. I'm just going to trade because God forbid I trade. Nah, I do it all, fam. I'll do real estate. I trade. I do binary options. I can run Airbnbs. I have a vending machine business. I have a car rental business. I work in the travel industry. We do it all, fam. Fucking everything. Because I'm not just trading. Trading is what helped me build this crazy fucking capital that it was mind blowing to me, right? Reinvest everything, the whole thing, right? Reinvest the whole thing. And now look at us, right? So we expanded to Miami. We got some more announcements, and it's just and that's why that's and I do this so you guys can continue on. I want to see you guys grow. Remember, think about 2021, right? That's been drilling in the back of my mind. I promise you, since the beginning of this year, right? I'm looking back at 2021 and I'm seeing the craziness that 2021 was, right? Remember that scene in Wolf of Wall Street where he's talking to his dad, and his dad says this is obscene. He goes like, it's crazy, like this is nuts what we're doing. Yeah, that's what 2021 was, right? And I'm thinking about 2024, 2025, and I'm seeing no different except the fact that it's going to be a lot more, it's going to be bigger, huge. Compared to 2021, it's not even a comparison, yes, because it's the same thing, but in terms of volume and return, nowhere near. All right. So my main goal was, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna end it with this. My main goal was to grow this car rental business, grow the academy, right? And teach people how I do all of this. Now, to be honest, some people don't really give a fuck about being an entrepreneur. All they want is free signals. Cool. I threw a signals channel out there for you. You do what you want, right? But for those that really want to learn how to fucking grind and make it happen, that's what I'm here for, right? That's why I do this. But my main goal was, I want to grow this rental business. I want to grow my entrepreneurship portfolio so large because I mean, I live in Florida, right? And 2025, from the studies I've been doing and all the stuff coming in 2025, tourism is supposed to increase here by 80 million people. 80 million people. Those 80 million people need a place to stay, need car rentals, need vacation hookups. We got it, fam. I mean, I partner up. That's the thing. We partner up. If I can do it, you will do it. I'm going to make money out of that. Right. We got the cars. People want to come. You want to drive a Lambo? I got the Lambo. You want a Ferrari? I got a Ferrari. You want a Rolls Royce? I got the Phantom. No, we got a Dawn. It's a Dawn, not a Phantom, a Dawn. We got it. Just to service all corners. It's time to grind, fam. Make your dreams come true. I promise you, you could do it. All you gotta do is just stop quitting. That's all you gotta do. I promise you. I'm talking. Yes, I'm talking to you. You know I'm talking to you. If you feel I'm talking to you, it's because I am. You gotta stop quitting. Stop the fucking quitting. Quitting only slows you down. Makes no sense. See it never clicks for me. Why would somebody quit and then be back next year or next month? It makes no fucking sense. Just lazy. Or maybe you're fearful. Maybe you don't believe in yourself. Remember, if you believe you suck, it's because you do. Whatever you say about you is what counts. So let's make it happen, fam. All right, beautiful people. I'm out of here. Have a great, 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 great week. Let's make it killing. Let's make it happen. I'll see you all on Thursday. Everybody, take care, family.